Biotin has become the superstar of the hair supplement world. But here's the thing, while everyone's popping biotin gummies like candy, the science behind it tells a different story. Today, we're going to cut through the myths and get to what biotin actually does for your hair, who it helps, and who's just wasting money. Instead of falling for the shiny promises on the bottle, let's unpack what biotin really is and whether it deserves all the hype. So, what exactly is biotin? Biotin, also known as vitamin B7 or vitamin H, is a water-soluble B vitamin. Your body needs it to convert food into energy, specifically breaking down carbs, fats, and proteins. It also plays a role in making keratin, the protein that forms your hair, skin, and nails. Sounds like the perfect nutrient for healthy hair, right? Here's where things get interesting. Biotin became a hot trend because it's easy to connect the dots. Keratin equals hair, biotin helps make keratin, so more biotin must mean more hair. That's the logic that fueled the billion-dollar biotin supplement industry. You'll find it in everything from capsules and powders to gummies and even shampoos claiming to boost growth. But what does the science actually say? The truth is, for most healthy people, biotin supplements don't magically make your hair thicker or stop shedding. Research shows that biotin deficiency can cause hair thinning, brittle nails, and even skin rashes. But here's the catch. Biotin deficiency is extremely rare. Most people get enough from their regular diet because it's found in foods like eggs, nuts, seeds, salmon, and whole grains. So, if you're not deficient, adding extra biotin usually doesn't make a noticeable difference. It's like filling up your gas tank when it's already full, you're just spilling fuel. Now, who actually might benefit from biotin? People with a true deficiency. This could include individuals with certain genetic disorders, those with chronic alcohol use, and people taking specific medications like long-term antibiotics or anti-seizure drugs such as carbamazepine or phenytoin. These can lower biotin status. Also, there's evidence that marginal biotin deficiency can occur in about 1/3 of pregnant women, even when intake seems normal. The clinical significance of this is still being studied, but it's something I personally think is worth paying attention to. And another rare case is people who eat a lot of raw egg whites, because raw egg whites contain a protein called avidin that binds to biotin and blocks absorption. For the average person with normal levels of biotin, studies show supplementation has little to no impact on hair growth. In fact, many dermatologists point out that when patients report hair improvement after taking biotin, it might be a placebo effect or just the result of better nutrition overall if they're also eating healthier. So why is biotin marketed so aggressively for hair? Because hair loss is an emotional issue. When you're losing more strands than usual, you want a quick fix, and companies know that. Bright packaging, celebrity endorsements, and those chewy, candy-like gummies make it easy to believe you found the solution. But the marketing is often way ahead of the actual science. Let's also talk about the risks. Since biotin is water-soluble, your body usually flushes out what it doesn't need. That's why you'll often see supplements with ridiculously high doses, like 5,000 to 10,000 micrograms, even though the recommended daily amount is only about 30 micrograms. Taking more than your body needs usually isn't harmful, but mega doses can cause problems. For example, biotin can interfere with certain lab tests, especially thyroid and heart tests, leading to inaccurate results. In rare cases, people report skin rashes or digestive issues from high doses. Here's something important. Biotin isn't the only nutrient your hair needs. Hair growth is influenced by many factors, including genetics, hormones, stress, and overall nutrition. Other key nutrients include protein, which is literally the building block of hair. Without enough protein, your hair can become weak and shed more easily. Vitamin D also plays a role in the hair cycle, and low vitamin D is linked to certain types of hair loss. Iron deficiency, especially common in women, is a major cause of thinning hair, and minerals like zinc are crucial for hair tissue growth and repair. So if your hair is struggling, focusing only on biotin is like trying to fix a leaky roof by painting the walls. You need to address the bigger picture. So when does biotin supplementation actually make sense? If you've been diagnosed with a deficiency by a doctor, supplementation can absolutely help. If you're experiencing unexplained hair loss, it's better to get lab work done first to rule out low iron, vitamin D deficiency, thyroid issues, or other causes. Jumping straight to biotin without checking these things is like guessing in the dark. Now, if you're wondering about natural sources, here are some great foods that provide biotin. Eggs, especially the yolks, are one of the richest sources. Nuts like almonds, peanuts, and walnuts are excellent. Seeds such as sunflower and pumpkin seeds also pack a punch. Fatty fish like salmon provide a mix of biotin and omega-3 fatty acids, which support scalp health. Even everyday foods like bananas, spinach, and sweet potatoes contribute smaller amounts. The good news is, if you're eating a balanced diet, you're probably already getting plenty without even realizing it. Let's debunk another myth while we're at it. Biotin shampoos. They sound appealing, but biotin doesn't penetrate the hair shaft through topical application in a meaningful way. Most of the benefits you see from shampoos are due to other ingredients, like moisturizers or proteins that temporarily coat and strengthen hair. Biotin itself works internally, not topically. So what should you realistically expect if you do take biotin? If you're deficient, you may notice improvements in hair strength, nail growth, and even skin within a few months. If you're not deficient, the chances are slim that you'll see dramatic changes. At best, you might notice a slight boost in nail growth, since nails respond a bit more to extra biotin than hair does. But don't expect a miracle hair transformation. Here's a relatable way to think about it. Imagine your hair as a garden. Biotin is like water. It's essential, but once the soil is already hydrated, pouring more water doesn't make the plants grow faster. They need sunlight, good soil, and a range of nutrients to thrive. Similarly, your hair needs a whole mix of vitamins, minerals, and overall good health, not just biotin alone. So let's wrap this up with the key takeaway. Biotin is important for hair, skin, and nails, but only if you're deficient. For most people eating a regular diet, extra biotin supplements won't magically stop hair loss or make your hair grow faster. If you're concerned about your hair, focus on overall nutrition, manage stress, check for other deficiencies like vitamin D, iron, or zinc, and talk to a doctor before self-prescribing high-dose supplements. At the end of the day, I believe biotin isn't a miracle cure. It's just one piece of the puzzle. Take care of the bigger picture and your hair will thank you. But apart from your hair, you also need to protect your skin from the sun. Watch this video next, where I've shared how to protect your skin naturally without using sunscreen.